place if people could empathize.
Remember me?
How could I forget?
The real disease is that people no longer know the difference between right and wrong. You poison kids for money.
Mom, I really need to come home.
First off, congrats on your return. It's a great return for Lori, whose business seems to be booming and thriving. I want to start there, which is, there's been a time jump. What can you tease or set up for viewers as they jump back into the story? What has Lori been up to since we last saw her, and how is her, story picking back up?
So she was able to scoot out of town and not get caught up in any of the characters who got killed last season. But the price of that is that she had to move in with her racist hillbilly cousin and his son, and out in the middle of nowhere, and they are trafficking drugs, but none of them are super smart or good at it. And Lori seems smarter in season 2 than she really is, which her actions indicate she's not that smart because she gave a suitcase full of drugs to a high school kid. But she seems still like a tough, scary villain. And then season 3, you're like, villain, yes. Scary, kind of, but also not the smartest, competent person in the world.
To go off of that, obviously, she's seeking out Rue because she owes her money. What makes her so willing to trust that Rue is going to do the job that she needs when she rehires her or takes her under her wing?
I think that she probably thinks that since she found Rue once, that Rue probably thinks she would find her again if she tried to get away again. I'm guessing. But also, I think Lori herself is on drugs, and that I think that is explicitly stated in season 2, maybe not as explicit in season 3, but as far as I know, she's still high as a kite all the time. And so making poor judgments,
What do you think she's been up to from the time we last saw her, during that chaotic house raid at the end of season 2 to when we pick up with her in season 3?
I'd like to imagine that she was studying at law school, but it definitely wasn't that. I think that she was probably just kind of doing what she was kind of always doing. I think that once Fezco got locked up, I think she probably kind of went into hiding for a little bit and probably just posted up at some guy's house for a while and just dated him for a while, and he was probably doing something and she just kind of stayed with some guy, and she probably tried to get some kind of little job or something and then was like, this doesn't make enough money. And then eventually once Rue approaches her and is like, oh, do you want to be a drug mule with me? She's like, I guess I can't stand working so much. I just want to start making a lot more money or something. And yeah, that's what I imagine she was doing in the meantime.
To pick up with the drug mules, I have to say the scene of you and Zendaya having to swallow the bags of drugs with the KY jelly is probably one of the most hard things to watch. Was it as difficult to film that scene as it is to watch as a viewer, or was it a lot less daunting on the day of filming?
I had an amazing time filming that scene because my greatest joy in this lifetime is performing anything. And when we filmed that scene, when we were done, everyone clapped for me. I'm not even kidding. Because they really just wanted me to give it my all and really portray how disgusting doing that would actually be.
I think you really sold it. I think
Thank you.
It's very, very believable. What was there any, what was the fake out stuff that you were swallowing? I know obviously you weren't swallowing real bags of anything, but like, was there any replacement for the KY jelly that you guys were?
No. I was putting real KY jelly into my mouth, and it was a condom or a balloon or something that was like, then they put something that just looks like a powder. So it's probably like baby powder. I don't know. It could have been anything.
Confectionery
like
sugar.
Yes, anything like that was in there. And then they just tied it up, and then so it like looks like balloons full of fentanyl. And then but no, yeah, we use real K and Y jelly. And yeah. And I genuinely that was not hard at all for me. Like, I had a great time because I just love entertaining people, genuinely.
I want to start off by asking about the apple scene, because obviously the stakes are really high for Rue. Do you think that, Alamo cares whether she lives or dies in that moment? And how does he see her as an asset versus like a risk? Because clearly she is a little risky as a person to have as your employee in this line of work that he's working in.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great question. The apple has some kind of biblical connotation as well. And I think, Alamo's represents the rude awakening in Rue's life. Here she is trying to make a go of herself as an adult in a treacherous world, and she stumbles into my world and ungracefully kills one of my top dancers. And so that, not only has she walked into my house unannounced, but she's committed the most heinous crime and killed my, highest paid worker. So I think on the one hand, he sees in her something of himself, in that she's ambitious, she's fearless, slightly foolish, but also smart. And so that intrigues him. But at the same time, she's challenged and caused a huge problem. Is she an assassin from Laurie? And so I think the apple, does he really want to kill her? Well, he's a marksman, as we'll see throughout the show. He has an impeccable shot, as we see with countless events. And so I believe he has confidence in his marksmanship. So to that degree, I'm not sure that he really wants to kill her, because I think he's quite confident in what he can do. The wind is blowing. He does test it, so the bullet could stray. But I think he feels confident. And so I think this is more of a test of her character and her faith. And I think, he says, you believe in God. Well, let's see if he believes in you. And I think it's really the beginning of the gateway to her rude awakening in this dark world of his. So I'm not sure he necessarily wants to kill her. I think he wants to scare her, but scare her into his arms, as it were. Because you can tell from the reactions of his henchmen on the sides, this is not the first time he's done this. So, I think if he wanted to kill her, he would have.
What are the roles that you are playing under Alamo? Because we get a sense that there's, a hierarchy. In which, parts do Bishop and G fall under that scale or under that umbrella?
Hierarchy. I feel like it's just a team. It's the true definition of a team. Everybody's playing a specific role, but the team can't move if one person isn't playing their role. So I think it's just I wouldn't really say that. I think it's just like, I don't know. It's just so much better when you see it, Megan. It gets so good. I don't even want to say anything, but I just say that everybody plays a very specific role in this team.
Marshawn, do you have anything to add to that, or?
Yeah, some crazy mother.